Yeah, we talked about how dwarves versus gnomes, like we've read the story Snow White and Briar Rose, or excuse me, Rose Red, Snow White and Rose Red, where the dwarves in the woods are like they're always I think they're always happened upon, and they're always grumpy and in need of help. Um, and when you help them, they're ungrateful. But in this story, this gnome is not someone you're that they happen upon. It's somebody that comes to them. But then if they're able to deal with him right, then he gives them a lot. And the gnomes seem more magical too, like this. The gnome that appears at the doorway disappears, and the gnomes that he plays into existence with his flute, all like after they proliferate, they're able to make him ascend back into the, dare we say, the world of the living, or the normal world, where he can kind of claim the prize of the beginning of the story after he's rescued the daughters. I guess one thing you would point out though is that the youngest hunter does still need his hunter brother friends, like to like not friends but hunter brothers, would be sibliciders or whatever the word would be, uh because he needs someone to lower the basket and to bring him
Mhm.
up, or presumably, and to bring up the daughters of the king. So does need them in some way. And yeah, they do serve their purpose. I don't know. Yeah, there's probably a lot to this story that we're not getting.
Mhm.
Anything else like salient to you right now?
Not at the moment.
I thought, yeah, we thought it was so funny that at the end, like the narrator, for the second and only time, reinserts himself into the story, and then he sentenced the two brothers to be hanged on the gallows. And to the third, he gave his youngest daughter. And on that occasion, I wore a pair of glass shoes, and I struck them against a stone, and they said clink and were broken. And the
Mm.
only thing I can think of is like Jewish wedding, like the glass being broken, Uh, I think I've heard what that means before, but I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, that ending was a little jarring
Yeah.
for the self-insert.
Yeah. But it was kind of, I don't know,
Yeah.
funny and quirky, enjoyable.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, we probably have to read a lot more of these stories and to try to understand these
Mhm.
things. But yeah. Yeah. Didn't really think this would end up with like, yeah, if you beat your guest who's like rude, then that's what kind of gets you everything you wanted in life.
Yeah, and that will persuade a magical being to help you.
Well, he was no, no, he was. I mean, he was beating him until he's like, "Stop, stop. Okay,
Mm.
I'll like help
Yeah.
you out." Like it wasn't persuasion, it was forcing. Um, that reminds me of Proteus, actually. Now this gnome doesn't change form, but he does reveal himself to the youngest. But Proteus, I think the idea was that this is the Greek, I think, demigod who has many forms. I think he was like the grandfather or the father of Achilles. But anyway, like he takes on, he like can change, into different forms, and this is where we get the adjective protean from, meaning like kind of like someone who can maybe adapt a lot, but maybe change a lot too, maybe kind of hard to pin down, or the opposite of like someone maybe with integrity or who's like a solid person. But anyway, Yeah, I think if you caught Proteus, like you would have to hold on to him real tight and he would keep changing forms and keep changing forms. But if you persisted, like he would eventually return to like his true form. And there's I don't know, there's something of that here with the gnome, maybe. I don't know, the image, I might be reaching too far.